What's up, guys? It's JCJ, coach of the North Melbourne Kangaskhans, and we're coming at you with our team builder, our first part of this video for our week 5 battle against the San Antonio Tyrantrums and coach PrimalRush. He's another TBA YouTuber, and I'll be putting his link in the description. But we're looking to bounce back after last week. We got 6-0'd again. By the Sacramento Slow Kings and Red Wolf, so we need a win so we can get out of regulation. But we've got the San Antonio Tyrantrums, who are currently 2-2 and +1. So they're doing really well. Primal's doing really well for himself after being moved up from silver. So we'll take a look at his team page real quick. So he's just come up. He's been on a win-loss record. So they've all been close games as well, which is something to note. He tends to bring his Sun Core as well as Florges and like a mixture of other things. So I guess we can sort of really expect that Core and Florges. But let's take a proper look at his team. So he's got a Hydreigon, which is a really powerful mixed attacker and wall breaker, dark and dragon type with base 98 speed, so it underspeeds a lot of the base 100 mons, or like all the base 100 mons, but it gets a lot of coverage. It gets some setup as well. It can really put in work. He's got Florges, which is, in my opinion, the best wish passer in the game. Ridiculous 152 special defense and decent speed as well, so we can outspeed some other bulky mons. Decent HP, good special attack, so it hits hard. It can set up as well with Calm Mind. Gets Wish, Toxic, Heal Bell, or Aromatherapy, whatever he wants to run, but it's really just a cleric. He's got Bronzong, which is his steel type, base 116 defenses, a little bit of HP, bit of offense as well. It typically run mixed with Stealth Rocks. Also Toxic, it gets Gyro Ball. For stab, it gets a bunch of other coverage like Earthquake, and a few other moves, but it's really bulky and walls really hard. It just doesn't recover, so it's sort of reliant on Florges. He's got a Talonflame, which is his fastest mon, or one of his fastest mons at base 126. It's Fire Flying type with Flame Body. It's typically used as setup with Swords Dance, or also branded with Galewing's Brave Bird. What Galewing's does is if Talonflame is at max HP, its flying type moves are priority. So he can get a priority Brave Bird off on something, which can be really problematic if I want to set up with Scolipede. He's got a Quagsire, also problematic for Scolipede and just any setup mon with its Unaware ability. It also gets Water Absorb, but it's a bulky water and ground type, and by bulky I mean really bulky, particularly with that Water Absorb. It's 95 HP, 85 defense, 65 special defense, but it's really tanky. It can heal itself back up, it can Scald, Ice Beam, Earth Power, Earthquake, all the things. Gets a little bit of sneaky coverage as well. He's got a Mr. Mime, which is another low tier special attacker with 100 special attack, 120 special defense. It gets Filter as well, which means it can sort of take other hits better, but not really, because its defenses are really poor, especially on the physical side. He's got a Mega Manectric, which is his fastest mon. It's his Mega as well with Intimidate. It's a electric type with base 135 special attack. Unfortunately for him, we're not allowing Hidden Power, which really hinders it, but it still gets like Snarl, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Flamethrower, Overheat. Like it still gets a fair bit of coverage, but without HP Grass or anything like that, it can kind of get easily walled by ground types. He's got a Terrakion, which is a really, really powerful rock and fighting type, which I'm particularly very afraid of. It's quite fast at base 108 and hits exceptionally hard with 129 attack. It also gets a Justified ability, which I think that's the one where if I hit it with a dark type move, it gets an attack boost. He's got a Torkoal, which is his Sun setup, really bulky on the physical side, and can also take some special hits if it needs to. It gets like Lava Plume, Solar Beam to hit water types that would typically come in on it. It's really slow, but
it can still hit hard and set the sun up for him, which is something that he typically uses. He's got a Hariyama, which is which is really bulky with 144 HP. Decent defenses, which can be boosted. He typically runs Assault Vest. Well, it would typically be run with Assault Vest. It also gets 120 attack. It gets Guts, Thick Fat, and Sheer Force, all of which are fantastic abilities that help. That's not hindered by its stats. And last but not least, we've got Venusaur, which is his Sun Sweeper and also his bulky Grass type. 80 speed, but 100 special attack. That can be boosted with growth. In Sun, growth is a +2 to attack and special attack instead of +1. Also with DLC, it now gets Earth Power, so it doesn't have to run Earthquake. It can run strictly special offensive with Weather Ball, Giga Drain, or Energy Ball, Sludge Bomb, stuff like that. It's really powerful, can hit me, and it hits hard. Looking at his team, he's got a massive ground weakness. Unfortunately, we can't really utilize that. He doesn't have many ghost resists either, but we're not really going for that. We're not really focusing on a particular weakness and trying to exploit it. We're going for something a bit more niche this week, where we're spicing things up. And let's kick things off with Return of the Corv. We've got Claydol with Light Clay, Light Screen, Teleport, Ice Beam, Explosion, very special defensive. This thing essentially just sets up screens and teleports or blows itself up to get momentum into something else. It allows us to take hits better from things like Hydreigon, things like Mr. Mime, but I think it also comes in on Terrakion to an extent. Next up, we got Davy Jones, our Assault Vest Delmise with Shadow Claw, Anchor Shot, Body Press, and Rapid Spin. This is our hazard removal. It also can put in quite a lot of work, but it can also be, we might also lead with it. It can take down a few things, but it's primarily there to take down the Quagsire and the Bronzong. It can take down both of them. So next up we got Critic's Nightmare with Yawn, Baton Pass, Wish Protect, very special defensive with Leftovers. This thing essentially comes in and we can get momentum in this game with Yawn or Baton Pass. And we can also wish up to keep the team healthy. Next up we have, I left the oven on, our Choice Specs Heatran with Eruption, Earth Power, Dragon Pulse, and Flash Cannon. This thing blows through his team. If we can get this thing in for free, it outspeeds a lot of his team as well, with base 77 speed, and it one-shots almost everything on his team as well with Specs Eruption, especially when that sun's up. If we can get this thing in when the sun's up, we can almost one-shot a special defensive Quagsire. That's how powerful this thing is. To help with that, we've got our Wet Doggo with Calm Mind, Ice Beam, Weather Ball, and Tailwind. Weather Ball to utilize the sun to hit with Weather Ball, which would be a Fire type move, base 100 Fire type move. Tailwind to keep can increase the speed of the team. It also allows us to deal with Venusaur. If he tries to get a growth off in front of the Suicune, we can Tailwind up and outspeed it with our Specs Heatran, I think, or we can outspeed it with something. Our Season 1 Savior as well, but this thing can really help us put in the work and be some utility. Calm Mind as well, in case we ever get an opportunity to set up, but Ice Beam and Weather Ball, because Weather Ball also hits the Bronzong, so this thing can really put in a lot of work. And last but not least, as you may have seen, we've got our Season 1 Savior with Mega Diancie. Very special, another special offensive set. I initially had a physical set, but we changed it. We got Psyshock, Moonblast, Encore, and Mystical Fire. Encore stops him from, it can really allow it to 1v1 the Florges, as well as a few other things. Mystical Fire to hit the Bronzong. If the sun is up, this thing is going to do a lot of damage, but it's going to do a lot anyway. And then Psyshock and Moonblast for general coverage. Psyshock hits the Venusaur, Moonblast for general damage across his team. This is the team we're rocking with. I'm not quite sure how we're going to go, but we're having a bit of fun this week. So hopefully we can put the work in and really and get another win under our belts. Also, I've made a few transactions. I should probably note, TRT helped me out a bit because I only had one free agency left. But what we've done is we've dropped Suicune for Jellicent. I personally really don't like Suicune at all. Nothing against it, I just have a hard time using it. It's not really the kind of bulky water that I enjoy using, because I like ones like like Gastrodon, like Vaporeon, that can heal themselves up. Jellicent can do that, it gets recover. It's not reliant on Umbreon to keep it alive because I really value a bulky water type. And unfortunately, our second transaction is that we've dropped Staraptor for Salamence. Unfortunately, Staraptor has put in a lot of work and has been a real asset to our team, but I feel like this trade is fantastic for us. It gives us another setup sweeper. So initially we just had Scolipede, but now we can have like Dragon Dancing Salamence again. I've wanted to use this Pokemon for a very long time. It's a very powerful, very mixed attacker, similar to Hydreigon, but a bit faster. It gets some really good coverage moves. It can also run defensive. It gets abilities like Moxie and Intimidate, so we can run a defensive Intimidate set with Wish, or we can run an offensive Dragon Dance set with Moxie and just sweep through teams. We can run Scarf, we can run Bandit, etc. And it also has fantastic chemistry with Heatran. Heatran is 4 times weak to ground, but Salamence can come in on that. Salamence is 4 times weak to ice, but Heatran can come in on that 100% of the time. So those are the trades we've made. Trades are closed at the end of this week, so there will be no more trades for the rest of the season. This is the team that we're rocking with for the rest of the season, with Jellicent and Salamence. So this is the new team. This is the final team for the rest of the season. We've got another ghost type, but we've also picked up a dragon type, which is something that we've been lacking. But hopefully we can retain our base 100. We've still got a few weaknesses, but nothing really too big. But hopefully this can get us through to the end of the season. We can do well. Also, chances are I'm not going to be doing TBA Season 4, or at least not going to be putting it on YouTube, simply because I think 2 leagues is enough for me to also ensure that we get enough antimatter content and just other content in general out. Because I want to do other things, but I think once TBA is over, I'll only do 2 leagues at a time, or maximum of 2 leagues. But we've got this battle, then we've got a few more for the rest of the season. We've got 4 more games, and then playoffs if we make it. Hopefully we do, but we'll see how we go. We've known to clinch playoffs. We've been known to clinch playoffs before, but I will see you in a few moments in the battle. See you. Alright guys, we're back here for our TBA Season 3 Week 5 battle. That took a while. Against Primal. Should be sending a challenge any second now, but we're here, we're ready. We've got our calcs up, we've got our calcs ready to go. I'm honestly really nervous for this battle, but I guess there it is. So I guess we can just try our best, and we'll try our best, and you know, it is what it is. So let's get right into it, I guess. Let's see what he's brought. Okay, so a number of things we see. Okay, so we see the Sun Core. We see a Terrakion. There's the Bronzong, the Manectric, and the Talonflame. Okay, so we don't see the Hydreigon. We don't see the Florges. So those are both really good. I am not entirely sure what we're going to lead with, but alright, let's have a think about this. What's a good lead? So he might lead with the Manectric, he might lead with the Talonflame, he could lead with the... I feel like if he's going to lead, he's going to go with Manectric, Talonflame, or Torkoal to set up rocks. With that in mind, the best lead might be Critic's Nightmare. If he leads with Terrakion, I'm pretty sure we can just double into Delmise. How well does Delmise take a hit? From Terrakion, we'll call it Scarfed. It's probably Scarfed Terrakion. Alright, so we can take a couple Stone Edges. I mean, it's a chance to hit KO though. How well are we taking it on Claydol? Yeah, we're taking it much better on Claydol. So that, I feel like the Terrakion is going to be choice scarfed. So that's something to watch out for. So maybe if we lead Umbreon, we can get a Protect off to see what the Terrakion is trying to do. We can also, I don't know, Protect on a U-turn, but if he leads Torkoal, we can predict the rocks though, and we can just go for a Yawn. I think Umbreon's probably the best lead. Okay, so he leads with the Bronzong. So he might go for the Toxic here. In fact, he probably will. He could also go for rocks though. So maybe we just Yawn right off the bat. He either goes for rocks or Toxic. I guess either way, I guess we'll just Yawn. We'll see what he does. Okay, so we just go straight for the rocks. Now he's gonna switch because he wants to keep the Bronzong awake. So we can now Baton Pass. If he stays in, we can just go into Delma. Okay, there's a Terrakion. So now we can Baton Pass into probably the Claydol. What are we doing back to it? Not much. If we Baton Pass into the Suicune, we're not doing much back. I guess we can just Baton Pass at the Diancie. We can Baton Pass into Diancie and we can go for a Moonblast. We can pressure it. If it's scarfed, I think we live a hit. How much are we taking Diancie? Yeah, we don't want to take a hit. So we might just go for Claydol, and then we can teleport out on his switch, or we can take a hit and go into something else. So cause I don't think we really need Light Screen in this game at the moment, so let's just teleport and see what he does. We're really underprepped for Terrakion, I'm realizing. So we'll see what he does, but we'll go for the teleport. We need to get these rocks off the field though before we go into Heat Train, because we need max HP for maximum damage with Eruption. Okay. So we've got the Terrakion. We're going to go for the teleport on the switch, because chances are he's going to switch. I don't think he wants to stay in. Yeah, so there's the Bronzong. So now we can just teleport, and we can go into Davy Jones, and we can rapid spin these hazards away. So he doesn't have a ghost type, so I guess we can just go straight for the rapid spin then. So that's what we'll do. Alright, he goes into Torkoal. Grum likes a Davy Jones. We'll go into Torkoal. Okay, so we get a crit. Not that I don't think that really matters, but we get rocks off the field, which is good. I think we can just go back into Critic's Nightmare now. This is tough. I'm not quite sure what to do here, but I think maybe we just go into Claydol. We could go back into Claydol. We can set up Light Screen, but we can just pressure it back out again. Because we take hits with Claydol. We can also go into Umbreon. We can go into Claydol. Umbreon can take any hit. We can Yawn. We can get some momentum back though, so that might be the play. If he gets a Toxic off, okay, so he yawns us. So now we can Baton Pass. We can Baton Pass ourselves, and we can go into the Claydol. Game of yawns. I might yawn myself actually. Alright, so now we can get that Baton Pass momentum. We can go into Davy Jones and we can put some pressure on with Anchor Shot. We can try and trap something. Chances are that Torkoal comes back out, but I think we need to... If the Torkoal comes back out, we just go straight back into Umbreon. So we'll just go for the Anchor Shot. We'll go for the Anchor Shot. Well, hopefully it stays in, because we know we can take a hit. Okay, so he switched, he made the right play, switched, and went into Torkoal. Torkoal's trapped, but it won't matter because we're just doubling back into Umbreon, and if he yawns, we're probably just going to Baton Pass. If he Toxics, that's fine. Okay, so we yawned, so now we just Baton Pass again. Now we can probably go into, we can go into Suicune, or we can go into, okay, so we'll just go into Corviknight, see what he does. He just Earth Powers, perfect. We get that right with the Levitate. Now I think we can Light Screen, set up hazards for, set up screen for ourselves, make it a bit easier on us. Especially if that Manectric comes in. I honestly didn't really expect the Manectric, so I'm a bit surprised by that. So I think now we can teleport, and if he doesn't set up rocks, we can teleport. Okay, so we set up rocks. Now we can just teleport into Davy Jones and spin them away again, right? Shouldn't be any reason why we can't do that. We need to Wish Pass into Davy Jones at some point as well. We need to heal it back up. We can't let it get too low. We don't really want that. We want to make sure we can beat the Venusaur. Okay, so here comes the Talonflame. Comes Laflame. So what's Talonflame doing to Diancie? Because we could get some offensive momentum, although we don't really have a rock type move. The best play might be to go back into the Umbreon, but I don't know how much we're taking from a U-turn. Talonflame. U-turn, max attack. Alright, about 30%. I think if we go into Diancie, we can probably get some better momentum, and then we can just go straight back into... We can probably go hard into Heatran on the Stealth Rocks, I think, but he might be heat proof. If he's heat proof, that could be problematic, but I think we can just go straight into Diancie here. Okay, so he goes for the U-turn. If he goes into Bronzong, we're going hard. We can go hard Heatran. How much are we taking? Heatran against a Bronzong. Okay, we're not taking much with Gyro Ball, I don't think. Yeah, barely anything. So at 96%, we'll call it 96%, we're still doing loads with Eruption. So I think we go hard Heatran and just click Eruption. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. We'll just go straight for the Eruption. 138 base power still, and he doesn't have a switch in because he didn't bring the... he didn't bring the heat, he didn't bring the, what do you call it? The Hydreigon. So I think his best switch in is Terrakion, but he doesn't want to go into Terrakion on this. I don't think Talonflame really wants to take a hit either. No, it doesn't. I think there's a chance for it to, there's a good chance that it dies on switch in if he goes into the Talonflame. So chances are we kill something or we really dent the Terrakion on this turn. So this turn can be huge. Okay. Okay, let's try and kill something. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what the oven can do. Hopefully this works out for us. But we really don't want to let Heatran take too much. Oh, he's Ockerberry. That still does a lot though, but Earthquake does a shit ton back. Okay, so if we're on 15%, I should have scouted for the Ockerberry. I'm such an idiot. Okay, so this is really bad. This is really bad, but I think we can just go into the Umbreon right now. I should have scouted for the Ockerberry. I'm such an idiot. Shit. Well, I guess we just go... Okay, so we just go hard into Critic's Nightmare. We can probably Wish Up, or we can Yawn. Yeah, we'll just Yawn, because he's going to Yawn us, so we'll Yawn him. Yeah, so now we can Baton Pass, because he doesn't have any momentum, so he's got a hard switch. So now we can Baton Pass. That's okay. That's okay. So okay, he's going into the Venusaur. Okay, so now we can go into... I think we can go into Suicune. I don't think Venusaur kills Suicune without a boost. No, it doesn't. We'll just go into Suicune. Alright, so Weather Ball should do a lot to Venusaur. Weather Ball in the sun. Yeah, it does loads, and then Davy Jones can finish it off. So let's just go for the Weather Ball. He probably thinks that we are Rindo, He probably thinks that we're Rindoberry, so we might make a switch, but Weather Ball is still doing a lot to whatever comes in, so let's just go straight for the Weather Ball. Okay, so he just goes for the growth. That's big damage. Do we live a +2? We don't live a +2 Giga Drain, or we might be able to. I think what we could do is we can just go into Heatran and let it go down. So if it goes for the Giga Drain, because I don't see how we can really heal it back up unless we wish on the Talonflame. So we might. How much is Heatran taking from a Talonflame? Because if Heatran can live a Talonflame's hit, no, Brave Bird still does like 23%, which kills it. So yeah, I think we just sack off Heatran. Yeah, so he doesn't get that much HP back. So now we can go into Davy Jones, because I believe we live a Sludge Bomb. I think we live a Sludge Bomb. Venusaur. +2. A Sludge Bomb, Weather Ball in the sun. No, we don't live a Weather Ball, but we can live a Sludge Bomb. I guess we just gotta hope that he doesn't go for Weather Ball. How much is Venusaur taking? Oh, sorry, not Venusaur, Umbreon. No, Umbreon can't do anything back. But we can Yawn it and Protect. Yeah, we live a Sludge Bomb, so we can Yawn Protect. Okay, so if we can Yawn Protect it here, then we might be able to switch it back, get it to switch out. We might be able to force it out. Okay, that sucks that we had to lose Heatran, but I misplayed with it and I let it take an Earthquake from the Bronzong, so I'm really disappointed in myself for that. But at least now it's in range for Mystical Fire, sort of. Okay, now we can Wish Up with in front of the Talonflame. Okay, so it just goes straight for the Taunt, so that's really not good for us. So now we can just go hard into Diancie, I think, but he's probably just going to U-turn. So yeah, I think we'll just go hard into Diancie, because Mystical Fire should be able to kill Bronzong, right? How much are we doing with Heatran? The Occa Berry, we did about what he's got now with the 27. Okay, oh, he went into Manectric. Alright, what's Manectric doing to us? I don't think he's doing much. Thunderbolt to 67%. That is quite a lot, but we can hit it back hard with Moonblast. I think we'll just stay in a Moonblast. Okay, we don't get the drop because of Clear Body. Okay, so it just goes for the Volt Switch, which does 55%. So that tells us that he's Modest. Max Special Attack Modest, which is problematic, but it's okay. It's okay. So now, okay, so in comes the Bronzong, so we can go for the Moonblast, and two of them will kill. Maybe we just don't reveal the Mystical Fire tech, but we can just kill it with the Moonblast right here. Okay, we're not getting 6-0 today. That's a huge win for us. We've still got the Tailwind on Suicune. I think we're fine now for the Venusaur coming in, because if the Venusaur wants to come in, he either has to kill us straight away or he's got to set up. If he sets up, we kill him. If he kills us, we can kill him back with Suicune. So I think we're okay if he wants to go straight into Torkoal. How much are we doing to a Torkoal anyway? Moonblast is doing about 40%. Crit mattered. No, it didn't. So Torkoal's doing about 40%, but we can just switch out into Umbreon on it anyway. That Taunt on the Talonflame is really annoying, but it's asleep now, so it's fine. Okay. I was trying to keep Light Screen up on the field as well. That will really help with the Venusaur. But I think we can handle it well now. I think we've got ways. We got ways that we can handle it. If he has Weather Ball, if he doesn't have Weather Ball, then Davy Jones can come in on it. But hopefully we're okay now. So let's see what he's going to do. Bronzong's down, so his best Diancie switch in isn't there. If he goes hard Terrakion, he's probably Scarfed. Oh yeah, he goes into Terrakion, he's probably Scarfed. Let's just go into Claydol. See what he's going to do, because he's probably scarfed. Okay, so he just goes for the Stone Edge. He's not staying in, so we can teleport. If he does stay in, we take the hit, we can just go into Davy Jones, or we can go into Umbreon, because he's... Okay, so he goes into Torkoal, which is perfectly fine, because we can just go straight into Umbreon, and we can yawn it. We can just yawn it. Okay. I think we've got the momentum in this game. I think we're okay. Because I guess that's sort of what we based this team around, just momentum. Okay, so I don't know. Wait, I don't know why I yawned, because it's because the Talonflame's asleep. Hopefully he doesn't pick up on that and he just switches. I don't know why I did that. Hopefully he doesn't pick up on that and switch. Yes, he switched. Okay. So now we get that off and we can baton pass into we can go into Diancie. Because we wished, now we can baton pass into something else. Hopefully he doesn't wake up. But we might be able to get some... Okay, we can get some big HP back on Diancie. So he has to set up in my face, I think. How much are we doing to a Venusaur? Chlorophyll Sweeper, Psyshock kills. We'll go for the Psyshock. He doesn't really have a Psyshock switch in as well, which is really nice. But he kind of has to set up. Sludge Bomb doesn't kill as well, but Giga Drain does. Oh, Giga Drain does kill. No, it doesn't. We might be able to kill this back with Psyshock. Oh, the crit. Oh, my god. Okay. That crit was kind of big. But now we... Okay, so he's got... Okay, so he's Papaya Berry, so he's not Life Orb, so we can rule that out of... We'll just go Palm Tree, because that doesn't really... It's not really anything. Okay. Okay. So, he's going to Giga Drain again. So we can go into Umbreon, and we can live a hit. He's going to... Yeah, so he's going to Giga Drain. Now we can Baton Pass... with the Terrakion. Yeah, fantastic. We can probably just go into Return of the Corv. We can. I think if we can get a light screen, nah, because he's not staying in, so we just teleport. I think there's no way he's staying in. Actually, no. We'll go for the light screen. Yeah, he did stay. Okay, so he's Mega Horn. So he's Mega Horn. So, oh shit, that could be problematic. That might sweep us. We kind of have to go into Wet Doggo now. Let's get the Tailwind off. If we can get a Tailwind off, that can be massive for us. Yeah, we'll go for the Tailwind. Losing Claydol there is massive because now we don't really have a good switch in to Terrakion, so we kind of have to let something go down each turn. Damn it! I didn't know it got Mega Horn. Okay. So that Spadef drop was annoying. So now we can Baton Pass. If he goes, okay, he might go for the Yawn. So we might be able to Magic Bounce it off him, and then double back into Umbreon. So I think we can do that. He might please go for the Yawn. No. Shit. Okay, that's annoying. That is very annoying. This is why I don't like having no attacks on Umbreon, because it can't do anything. It can't even Toxic it. Okay, his last move is probably Solar Beam. But I guess the best thing we can do right now is to start Calm Minding. If we start clicking Calm Mind, we might have a shot. But of course he's got that. So let's just go into Umbreon. He's got Yawn. This is annoying. I guess another Spadef drop. These drops, dude. can probably just go into Delmise. I'm pretty sure we live a lava plume, so we can just go into Delmise and heal it back up. I don't know how we beat Torkoal now. I can't believe that once again we've just messed, I don't know, just messed everything up. Okay, so now we've got a good shot to get some big damage off on something. So we can probably just go straight for the Shadow Claw. Okay, that's some good damage. He doesn't have the sun up anymore as well, which is kind of huge. How much are we taking from a lava plume? Although I'm not sure if I really want to stay in on a lava plume due to the chance of burn. But Shadow Claw is doing a lot to it. Oh, it's doing a good chunk. I think we can just go into... Yeah, I think we just go into Umbreon. Not having Toxic on anything kind of sucks, so let's just wish, see if it wakes up. We'll just go for the Baton Pass. We woke up. Oh, okay, we got that right then. So we went for the Baton Pass. So now we U-turns. We can use Yawn again now, which is good. So it goes back into the Torkoal, so I can get that momentum off into Suicune. And I can go for, how much are we doing with Suicune with a Weather Ball? It's a good amount. Let's just go for the Weather Ball. Okay. Any chip on the Torkoal is huge. So now I guess we can just go into Umbreon. Okay, this isn't looking great, but we're chipping down the Torkoal and we're chipping down the Venusaur. So this is, I mean, you know, it's something. So in comes the Manectric. So Manectric can't really touch us, so we're just going to Wish Up. We're just going to Wish Up and see what he does. He probably just Volt Switches into the Terrakion though. So, how much are we taking from a Manectric? Mega Manectric, modest. Thunderbolt does like 30% to us, so I think we just Yawn. Yeah. Okay, so we get the Yawn off on the Terrakion. Now I think we can Protect. If we can put this thing to sleep, that's absolutely massive, but he's got to switch. He's got to switch. So we switch back into the Talonflame. So now we can Wish Up. Yeah, we can Wish Up. Oh no, he bloody did that again. So now we got to go into... I keep forgetting that it gets Taunt. Jeez, I'm such a dumbass. Alright. Now it goes into the Manectric. We can go out into Delmise here because we resist its stab. I don't know if it's got Flamethrower either, but we also can sort of come in on anything since the sun's going away. Yeah, we eat that like a champ. Umbreon is really carrying us at the moment. This also is probably going to be it's going to be a longer battle. So we'll just see how we go. So okay, so there's the Talonflame. I guess we can just go into Suicune. Okay, so he keeps going for the U-turns. He's going to the Manectric. We can just go back into the Delmise. They can keep Volt Switching, it's fine. I really don't care, but at one point we'll have to go into the Umbreon. But I don't know if Umbreon really wants to take that damage. Okay, so now we have the Torkoal, so we can just go back into Suicune. If he goes for the Yawn, we can go into Umbreon. Yeah, so we went for the Yawn, and now we can go back into the Umbreon and we can get a Wish Off. Okay, so we went Venusaur, so now we can Yawn, because he has to set up, or he has to set up or hit us, and we live any hit. Okay. So we went for the Yawn. Okay, so now we can slow pass into something with the Terrakion. Terrakion's probably coming in. Okay, no, the Venusaur's coming back in. We can go into Davy Jones, because Davy Jones lives any hit. Oh no, we can go into Suicune, because Suicune also lives any hit. So now we can get off a big fat Solar Beam. Oh, not Solar Beam, Weather Ball. Okay, Venusaur is gone, and that is absolutely massive for us. We needed that so badly. Here comes the Manectric. We can just go straight into Delmise, I guess. He might go for the fire move? No, he just went for the Thunderbolt. Okay, so now something's got to come in. Something has got to take this. Someone's got to take the Shadow Claw. Oh, he's not. Okay. Crit. Did the crit matter? Did the crit matter? Overheat. Flamethrower. In the sun. I don't think the crit mattered. I think I might have just choked the game. Maybe. I don't know. But we're struggling now. So now we can just go into... I forgot it got Flamethrower. The crit... I'm not sure if the crit mattered or not. It probably didn't. But that was just a dumb play of me. I just wasn't thinking. Come on. I need to stay focused, head in the game, etc, etc. Alright, so Terrakion comes in. We can protect. Close combat. Okay, so he's going for the combats. Do we live a close combat from a Scarf Terrakion? I don't think we do. No, we don't. How much is Suicune taking? 50%. No, we gotta let something go down. I think let's just try and double protect. No. I think that's the game. We were dumb and we let Delmise go down, and that ended up costing us the game. So I think maybe just Weather Ball, sorry, Tailwind, okay. Now I guess we just Calm Mind and pray that we can live hits from the Manectric well. Or we can go for the Ice Beam and go for the Freeze. I think our best play might just be going for the Freeze. If we can play for the Freeze, I don't know, we might get the Freeze, we might not. If we get the Freeze, then that's huge, but I think we lose this game. I shouldn't have let Heatran go down early. I made a dumb mistake with Delmise by leaving it in. Okay, so we missed the Snarl. I don't know why he went for a Snarl, but he missed a Snarl. So we might be able to get an Ice Beam Freeze here. I don't know why he went for a Snarl. Maybe just to drop our special attack, but Freeze? No. So he hits the Snarl. I guess we just Calm Mind to try and raise our special defense. So that kind of worked. Let's Tailwind again. Don't paralyze. Okay, now we just Ice Beam, pray for a crit or something. I don't know. Oh, we got the Freeze! Oh, we got the Freeze. It's not over yet. Okay, now we go for another Ice Beam and we just keep getting health back, but the Terrakion is going to come in. Oh, we get the Freeze on that too! Oh my god. Okay, now we just got to keep Ice Beaming it. Oh my god! We get another Freeze! Oh my god, I feel so bad for Primal right now. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Do we get another Freeze? No, we don't. We don't outspeed though, so I guess we just keep going for the... We just gotta keep going for Ice Beams, I guess, but we're gonna run out eventually. We can probably just... Yeah. Jeez, my god. That was quite an emotional ride. GG. Glad the freezes. Glad the freezes didn't matter. My god. You know what? I'm upset that we lost, but my god, that was one of the most ridiculous endings I've ever seen, and I'm honestly glad that we lost, because if we won from getting 3 freezes in a row on 3 different Pokemon, I would have been so upset for Primal. So, I mean, I guess that makes me feel a bit better, but in the end, you know, it's just another loss, but it's fine. I'm just playing this for fun. It's all for fun. I don't really care. So, GG to PrimalRush. I'll link his channel in the description, but I'll see you for the next battle.